Okay, this is going to be my reaction to Ahsoka Tana, Episode 2, Toil and Trouble. Yeah, I'm about 5 weeks behind, but hopefully 5 episodes behind. I'm going to watch as much of this as I can. I'll be just a few seconds. Okay, it looks like Sabine survived being skewered by a lightsaber through the stomach. So we see her and Hera watching over her, and Sabine is lying on a bed. Excuse me, it was Ahsoka watching Sabine lying on the bed. Sorry, my mistake. Ahsoka seems concerned about Sabine, but also mad at her for disobeying her orders to keep the map on the ship, which would have been safer. But she goes, "Get some rest, you've done enough." And I don't mean that as a compliment. I don't think she meant it. Next scene, we see the two dark Jedi from the first episode coming upon the ruins of like a kind of like an intergalactic Stonehenge like thing. Weird mystery music. The Dark Jedi Master puts the map holocron onto something and starts to activate it. They're looking for Thrawn, which is not a surprise. We see Ahsoka surveying the damage in the Sabine's residence that was attacked last episode. Interesting. She comes across the hologram of Ezra Bridger. I hope we see him soon. I'm behind, so if he has, don't ruin it for me. Ahsoka got attacked by one of the droids who would detect Sabine, and she cuts his head off. So she says, "I was hoping that you were still here." Ahsoka takes the droid head to Sabine with Hera watching on from the hologram. And she thinks she can work with it. Maybe they can find the secrets of what they're looking for. They get the name of a planet called Corellia. Sabine, the robot, I forgot to mention, and Ahsoka are heading there, and Hera says she'll meet them there. Finally, we get to see her. Well, we have seen her in solid form, so this should be interesting. I think it's a trap. Hera and Sabine have a heart-to-heart about how Sabine says she doesn't need my help, or she doesn't think I need my Ahsoka needs my help, because yes, she does. Hera, I like this Hera. I like I like all the characters so far. Wish I'd seen more of the Dark Jedi. Ray Stevenson was a brilliant actor. He will be missed. The evil governor has returned from episode 1, plus from the rebels. The Night Sister is returned to the two Dark Jedi with a couple of androids troopers. I like this character. She is nasty. I was wondering, since the governor is this Night Sister, if she had powers. We never saw them in the Rebels series. Sorry, not Rebels. Mandalorian in the first episode, but she definitely has powers in this. She is almost as big a threat as the other two. The governor thinks she knows where Thrawn is through that map, but the Dark Jedi says that he's not. Their future is cloudy. This is getting interesting. The apprentice said something like, "Master, what comes after we find Thrawn?" And the master says, "Some power, some war." Oh, shoot, hold on. Okay, some war, some new beginnings, and for us, power. Ahsoka apparently lands on what I believe is Corellia alone. Wonder where the droid is. It's probably there. But where's Sabine? Hera's trying to fight to get Ahsoka to take Sabine back in as an apprentice, but Hera doesn't seem to have any want to do that. That seems weird that Ahsoka left the android behind with Sabine. Sabine seems to be healed. Why did Ahsoka leave the android behind? He's going to be valuable in what's to come. Apparently, Sabine has Ezra's lightsaber. The android points that out.
Recounts it served him well.
See, even the android seems to be on Sabine's side, becoming part of the back together with Ahsoka as a Jedi and master and apprentice. This does prove what we always theorized, that Sabine never had the powers of the Force. And the droid points that out. So, but there is in canon, Star Wars canon, other Padawans who were not Force sensitive who became Jedis. So who knows? Looks like the robot, the android, is not going to let her off that easily. I like him. David Tennant is a brilliant actor, and I'm glad they used him for the voice. The New Republic's representative on Corellia, I don't know who he is, but I know him from somewhere. He's a known actor. This is going to drive me crazy until I can find out, after this episode ends, who he was. The third Dark Jedi, the masked one, which I am assuming they said is an Inquisitor, is trying to prevent Ahsoka from saving a ship that was stealing a hyperdrive. Several of the people who were working at the facility turned out to be working for the bad guys. Oh, Hera, not Ahsoka, sorry. We see Hera fighting, and Hera and Chopper fighting, trying to stop the ship from stealing the warp drive, and then we see Ahsoka taking out the android with the lightsaber, but the third Dark Jedi has a double-bladed lightsaber on both ends, which is usually a sign of an Inquisitor. That third Dark Jedi better not be Ezra Bridger, or I'm going to be sorely pissed. Hera has Chopper land a tracking device on the ship. That's right before it goes to hyperdrive. Sabine is getting her Mandalorian outfit out. The first time we've seen her outfit in the series. It's so neat. Sabine cuts her hair short, which I like the better short. As we see the guy who was running the shipyard being arrested, they see Ahsoka going back on board her ship, and there's communication from Sabine in her Mandalorian outfit, except for holding the helmet saying, "I am ready." And Sabine takes off, Ahsoka takes off. Let's see what happens. We see Sabine at the mural of the cast from Rebels and touching Ezra's face, and turns around. There's Ahsoka's ship and Ahsoka. I really like this episode. They're heading for planet Cetos, and Ahsoka says to Sabine, "Take us out, my Padawan." So she has accepted Sabine back as an apprentice. I quite thoroughly enjoyed episode 2. I see Morgan Elsbeth as a bigger threat than the Dark Jedi. She seems a lot more dangerous. And leaves me wondering who that third Jedi is. He looks like his lightsaber's like an Inquisitor's. We shall find out. Give me a few minutes, and episode 3 will be starting.